A co-worker was eating people's lunches, so I poisoned them and got them fired. So I like to bring my own food into the office, and we have a fridge to put things into, and I have my food in tubs with my name on them. A co-worker would sometimes not see people's names on food and think it was theirs, so would heat it up and eat it and then apologize. They did this enough for it to be an annoyance, but not enough for our employers to really care. This has been happening with my food for once or twice a month. Last month I had enough, and I like spicy food, but don't bring it into the office, as sometimes I'll let people try some of my food and my cooking. I ordered a bag of ghost chili peppers and put the full bag into a big pot of chili that would last for several days. I took this into the office and had it for lunch every day. Midweek my lunch went missing, and I was waiting for the person who was stealing my lunch get a shock when they ate my lunch. What happened in reality was someone got sent home sick, and the next day they were off, and I was told they went to the doctors for stomach pains. 2 weeks went by and the co-worker who was off refused to talk about it and said HR was involved, so I knew they were going to try get me fired. I went home and ordered another bag of ghost chilies and made another batch of my chili, this time with only one chili in a single tub. I put this in the freezer, and the following Monday I was told I had a HR meeting that day. I refused and said they need to give me 24 hours to find someone to come into the meeting with me, and the next day I had my manager come into the meeting and brought in my, now heated, ghost chili infused chili. The long and short is I was told I could be fired for trying to poison the person who was stealing my lunch, and I asked if they admitted to stealing people's lunch, which they did. I then said I have a batch of the chili in question with me, and I like spicy food. My liking spicy food shouldn't stop me from having it at work, since it doesn't smell when heated, like fish, and my manager agreed it was on the person who took my lunch without knowing how spicy it was, and I should not be held liable if they eat something of someone else's that doesn't agree with them. My manager and I then ate some of the chili and offered it to the other people in the meeting, some of which tried it and agreed. While it was spicy, it was clearly what I liked, as I was fine eating it. The meeting ended and nothing happened. I wasn't taken into another meeting and my lunch wasn't taken anymore, but the person who had stole our lunch got a slap on the wrist and was allowed to stay at work. Lunches started to go missing again, so my manager went to HR to say that lunches were going missing and he knew who was taking it and had proof this time, and when they asked for the proof he presented the meeting record with the line highlighted where they admitted they had stolen lunch and the line where HR had said this was not what the meeting was about. They were fired the next day for theft of property and told they would not be given a reference. TL, Dr. A co-worker was eating people's lunches, so I poisoned them and got them fired. Edit, thanks for the gold, but I'd rather you spend the money donating to the current issues in Hong Kong right now. There are a number of ways to do this listed here. Edit 2, it was removed due to the Amazon link, not due to Hong Kong. Post should be back on soon. Years ago, I was a dispatcher for a trucking company. Lunches were going missing. A co-worker suffered from a condition of his digestive system that required frequent colonoscopies. As a result, he had access to some pretty powerful laxatives. He spiked his lunch. Sure enough, it went missing. There's a stretch of highway called the 401, and the guy who swiped the lunch was a truck driver. Here's the thing. The distance between exits on that highway is considerable. I guess he didn't make it, as word got around the terminal that the driver basically shit all over the cab, and had to pay for the cleanup. It sucks that people would stoop so low as to steal someone else's food that they work with. I had a jar of jelly beans on my desk. I bought special ones I loved. I noticed that handfuls were missing overnight. I got so tired of it I bought the gross jelly beans that taste like vomit, throw up, earwax, grass, and other horrible flavors. I put them in my jar and waited. Stopped real fast. Damn. I've seen a few good spicy revenge stories like this, but not sure I've seen one where the offender got fired. Good riddance though, it is definitely theft, and I doubt they're so broke that they can't afford lunch. Other people work with them and they bring their own lunches with no issues. Hot, spicy karma. Hot damned. They were by no means poor and had they simply asked, I could have made them some food and fed them each day. I make meals that last for days and my freezer always has stuff in it I've made. My lunch tomorrow can either buy chili, soup, ghost chili, curry, more soup, chicken balls. Did I mention chill? I really like meals with rice when I'm at work, then a small meal in the evening.